Air quality. As summers heat up, the air we breathe is increasingly at risk of becoming unhealthy. Despite decades of air quality improvements, more than 95% of the world's population is breathing polluted, unsafe air, and the hardest hit areas are in Africa and Asia. A major study of global air pollution has found. As natural disasters strike, for example, the California and Australian wildfires releases large amount of carbon dioxide, black carbon, brown carbon, and ozone precursors into the atmosphere. Some ways to fix our air quality is to take less trips in our car, reduce or eliminate fireplace and wood stove use, avoid burning leaves, trash, and other materials, avoid using gas-powered lawns and equipment, and other things. Mosquitoes. Mosquitoes have a virus called Tripoli. Tripoli, a virus, is a small infectious agent that replicates only inside the living cells of an organism.
Sewage-contaminated water contains many viruses. Over 100 species are reported and can lead to diseases that affect human beings. For example, hepatitis, gastroenteritis, meningitis, fever, rash, and conjunctivitis can all be spread through contaminated water. Massachusetts has some of the highest quality drinking water in the country and some of the strictest standards.
The Massachusetts Department of Environmental Protection requires your local water supplier to perform ongoing tests for bacteria, lead, and other heavy metals. With between 3,000 and 5,000 polluted sites currently listed with the Massachusetts Department of Environmental Protection and 40,000 others already cleaned up by that agency since 1985, the state remains a patchwork of toxicity.
Some ways to fix our water is to educate, to change consumption and lifestyles, invent new water conservation technologies, recycle water waste, improve irrigation and agriculture practices, appropriately price water, and develop energy efficiency desalination plants.
Climate change is being affected by contaminated water because it's not like there's a small group of people that are being affected. If it's in the water stream, people all over the world can be getting sick from something that is very easy to fix and is being made into a worldwide concern. Coronaviruses are a group of viruses that cause diseases in mammals and birds. In humans, the viruses cause respiratory infections, which are typically mild, including the common cold, but rarer forms like SARS and MERS can be lethal.
Symptoms of the coronavirus are coughing, fever, sore throat, shortness of breath, and runny nose. Fun fact, Lysol kills the bacteria of the human coronavirus.
As of Thursday, there have been 7,736 confirmed cases in China, with 170 deaths and thousands more suspected of carrying the virus, topping the number of people in China who were sickened during the 2002 and 2003 SARS outbreak.
It was initially believed that the virus came from snakes, but a research paper by a team of virologists at the Wuhan Institute for Virology suggests that the coronavirus more likely came from bats, which was also the source of SARS outbreak.
Climate change is being affected by this very contagious virus because as its population grows up, the number of infected people go up, and when the interaction with other people, they get affected. So it's like a never-ending chain of people getting infected. It has become so horrible, China was expected to build a 1,000-bed hospital in a week. A virus is a very small infectious agent that replicates only inside the living cells of organisms. Virus can be infected all types of life forms, from animals to plants to microorganisms, including bacteria and archaea.
In 2017, it was estimated that over 120 million people in Brazil were at risk of Zika virus infections, compared to 32 million people in Mexico and 29.5 million in Colombia. Brazil was by far the country most affected by this epidemic, reporting the most cases of people infected with the Zika virus worldwide.
The Zika virus is a mosquito-borne virus, which means it doesn't come from the mosquito, but is carried and transported through it.
We call organisms like this vectors, meaning they transport the virus.
In order to mature a female mosquito's offspring, she must have a blood meal which they get from people not expecting it. They find their blood meals using chemical compounds that we and other organisms give off.
When a mosquito carrying the virus finds her meal, the virus infects the human and it starts to multiply and reproduce in the human.
The Zika virus can reinfect another mosquito while most other viruses cannot.